So welcome to the informational session for the first LEGO League Alliance of Bellevue. So some introductions. My name is Maggie Topol. I'm a junior at Sammamish High School and outreach lead for our school's robotics team. Joining me are my friends Yousef Hanafy, Tez Beet, Giri Nakagawa, and Brielle Chenier, as well as one of our mentors, Jeff Dean, who you'll hear from in a little bit. We're all a part of the Sammamish High School robotics team, the Robototes. Every year since 2008, we've built and competed with robots in the first robotics competition, which is basically LEGO League, but a lot bigger, and we don't necessarily use Legos. We also collaborate with robotics teams from the other Bellevue School District high schools from time to time, such as like Interlake, Newport, all of those places. And yeah, we really love what we do, and we're here to help on your FLL adventure. So first off, why should you start an FLL team? Well, it's fun. So FLL stands for First LEGO League, and it's part of the umbrella program of FIRST. FIRST stands for Inspiration and Recognition of Science and Technology, and it's an international organization devoted to teaching kids necessary skills through robotics competitions. So FIRST has 4 different levels for kids in grades K through 12, and each level is presented with an engineering or robotics challenge and must build a robot to compete with. So through these robotics competitions, kids learn a lot of skills like leadership, STEM, organization, communication, and a lot more. Because of this, FIRST is internationally recognized for preparing students to become leaders in STEM and a lot of other fields. And finally, FIRST programs are all based around the core values of discovery, innovation, impact, inclusion, teamwork, and fun, as well as our biggest core value, gracious professionalism, which means that we basically just treat each other like professionals. We get competitive, but we don't get super competitive, like we don't put down other teams or anything like that. And overall, it just makes it a really amazing environment for us to work in. So here's a quick video about FIRST.
This isn't a robot. It very well may have hydraulic arms, a drivetrain, and a circuit board, but this isn't a robot. This is a lesson in humility, hard work, and collaboration. This is a CrossFit workout for the muscle upstairs. This is an apple for the next generation of Newtons. It's a lot of things, but this isn't a robot. This is a roadmap that leads straight to engineering. This is a rock to shatter 1,000 glass ceilings, a rope to pull a generation up and out of poverty, a sledgehammer to break down cultural barriers, and a universal language spoken in every nation on Earth. And because of that, this is a compass that can help point the way to peace. But please, don't think this is just a robot. This is Glastonbury for technology. This is mission control for the next moonshot. This is the Rosetta Stone to help translate the future. This is the sport that will help us win tomorrow. This is the software to program ourselves to cure cancer, build a clean engine, or step foot on Mars. But this isn't a robot. It's a machine to build the people who will change the world.
So before we get started, I just want to introduce myself real quick. My name is Tez Beet, and I've been on the team for 2 years now. So what is FLL? As Maggie mentioned before, it stands for First LEGO League, and it's a competition designed for students in grades 4 to 8. And in the beginning of the season, all students are given a challenge to design, build, and program with their own LEGO robot, as well as to have a research project which they will research about and present at the end of the season. So teams are between 2 to 10 members, and everyone gets a chance to participate. And then, like I said, teams come together towards the end of the season at a competition where all different teams from around the region come together to compete and to show off their robot, to show off their project and everything that they've worked on throughout the season. So here's a short video.
My favorite thing about First LEGO League is the teamwork.
Probably being with my friends.
The most exciting thing about First LEGO League is the competition.
First LEGO League gives kids a real-world engineering problem, and then they have to design, build, code, and solve the problem. First LEGO League is about more than robots. It's about solving problems that are bigger than they've ever imagined, thinking outside the box, and being excited to be part of the team.
Students are learning how to work together, they're learning how to be team players, they're learning how to be leaders, they're learning to express themselves, they're very independent. First LEGO League really, it focuses on developing problem-solving skills while incorporating STEM and fun into learning.
The First LEGO League season culminates by attending a regional tournament.
At the tournament, we have 3 stages that we have to do. There's the robot field part, there's the core values, where we use the core values we learn throughout the season. Then the presentation, we present our research project. They were really excited to go see what the other teams had learned and to ask them questions about how they built their robots. We get to share ideas and build off of other people's ideas. Even though we're competing against other teams, one thing that we really focus on is cooperation, which where every single team who we're competing against, we're also working together, and it really creates an amazing environment to work in.
Getting to work with other students that are interested in engineering from a young age kind of prepares you for all of the collaboration that engineering as a field requires.
First LEGO League is one of 4 FIRST programs that helps develop the next generation of leaders and innovators.
It can help you figure out who you want to be, where you want to go, and help you expand your skills in so many ways.
First LEGO League is a partnership between FIRST and LEGO Education.
First is inspiring. First is discovery, innovation, impact,
Inclusion.
Teamwork.
fun.
FIRST really empowers young people to become strong global citizens. We want youth to get the skills that they need to use science and technology to solve really hard but really important problems that face everyone around the world.
So why should you get involved in this program? FLL is just an amazing opportunity to learn new friends, to make new friends and to learn new skills and get a basic STEM experience that'll help you for the rest of your life. And it's a direct pipeline into getting to the other FIRST programs like FRC, FIRST Robotics Competition, and in general, it's just so much fun. So I first joined FIRST through the FLL program and did it for 3 years before I moved on into the other programs, but it was a great experience, and the people I met on my team, I'm still very well connected to them and even moved on into the program with them. So lasting relationships with some of my coaches and my friends that it's just really, it makes it a lot easier to move on through, to have these connections that you grew up with, and then things like presentational skills and non-STEM related skills I built throughout this program. And all the things that I learned, I didn't want to leave it when I grew out of it, so I decided to mentor first my younger sister's team when she started the program, and then other teams that I know that were starting up in the community. And just the community of FLL is constantly growing and is an amazing experience to be in.
All right. Thanks, Tez Beet. So, hi, my name is Yousef Hanafy. I'm a junior at St. High School, and I've been on the team for 3 years now, and I was a previous FLL member. So another reason why you guys should join the FLL team and the FLL organization is because it's really easy. Before we get into that, let's talk about the timeline. So it's from August to February. So you first register your team at First Global, and then you order your field kit by mid-August. After that, you have kickoff, which is the first week of September, and then it'll be an 8-week build season from September to October. After that, you're going to have the competition called competition season, which is the first 2 weeks of November. And then depending on how well you did in qualification, there will be more competitions moving forward through December through February. Now, the suggested weekly build meetings is 2 meetings a week. For example, Wednesday evenings and Saturday mornings for 4 to 5 hours per week. And of course, you can add more as necessary. So the startup process is really easy. It's 5 easy steps. Step 1 is to find a coach. They don't necessarily need to know a lot about robotics. You could be a parent, a relative, or even a teacher. You just gotta be a really good leader. Step 2 is to gather up to 10 members between the ages of 9 to 14. You don't need to have 10 members, but you can't exceed that number. Step 3 is to find a way to fund the team. On the next slide, I'll break down the price, but the average team will spend around $1,200 to $1,500 per year. Step 4 is to find and get mentors. Mentors is a really key part of FLL. Mentors don't really need to have a PhD in mechanical engineering or anything, but they're a person, either adult or non-adult, who has the experience to teach and is knowledgeable enough to help the team learn the technical aspects of robotics, right? So that's about like programming and building. And your coach can also be a mentor. And then the final step is going to the first website and registering your team on the first website. And you just follow the steps on the website. It's super easy. Registration is currently open and should be done by mid-August. So the cost breakdown, as I mentioned, the average team will spend around $1,200 to $1,500. The cost may seem like a lot, but depending on your budget, the cost can like change and vary. So the first fee you're probably going to pay is the registration fee. So you pay $275 for First Global and $350 for First Washington. After that, you can have you'll need to spend $100 on the table, then another $100 on the playing field elements, and then t-shirts and banners are going to be $300, and then you'll need to create a project which will cost around $150, and then you're going to need a Spike or Mindstorm Lego kit, which is around $400. There's so many ways you can raise money. For example, you can find sponsors like Boeing and Microsoft. Microsoft has this really cool program along with like T-Mobile and other companies where they'd match a mentor's hours or a coach's hours with money. And that's a really easy way to get money. And then you can also fundraise and apply for grants. And then most teams have members pay a fee to help cover the cost. But yeah, there's a question that says, how will the team meet up with each other because of the coronavirus? Does anyone want to answer that real quickly, or should I just keep going? Should I just keep going?
Just keep going. We'll answer it.
All right. All right. So as I mentioned before, I'm a former FLL student / member. FLL is really what got me interested in STEM, to be honest. It was a great experience. I had a lot of fun. It was a great way to get to know new people that I wouldn't have known before. It was also a great way to make friends. So for example, on the video on the left, or the picture on the left, I'm standing next to a really close friend of mine, Eric Klein. He was our last year's team captain. He's a really, really smart dude, really fun guy to hang out with. And because of FLL and because of us being friends, I already came into high school with a friend, making it 10 times easier. It was like basically he mentored me through high school, and he really taught me like both academically and socially like what to do. So that's something like I benefited a lot from FLL. In the second video, I'm with Gavin, again, another really close friend of mine. If it wasn't for FLL, I feel like entering high school might have been a bit more challenging. So, like I said, so FLL is a lot more than just STEM, right? It's about having fun It's about learning, and it's about like creating friends that will last, from sixth grade to who knows when. And that's like really important. I feel like FLL and the first organization really did change my life. Now I'd like to introduce one of our mentors, Jeff Dean.
Hi, just tell you a little bit about my experience as a coach. I've been coaching FIRST programs since my son Zachary was, I think he started off in FIRST programs in second grade in FLL Junior, and then went on and did 3 years of FLL, and then he's done 3 years of FIRST Tech Challenge and is now a member of 2412 and FRC. And so this has been a part of our family life for a very long time. The one message I'd really like you to hear is when you start off looking at this, it looks like it's too much to go do. Like it's too hard. What I really want you to hear is it's really quite easy. The kids figure this out. You just have to be there to help them and guide them and to encourage them. And after a period of time, you'll find out that the kids find the way to go learn. The programs are designed to be at the level where they can go excel and they can go learn great things. And at the end of the day, it's just super easy. One of my mentors in life said something to me a few years ago, and he said, why have kids if you don't spend time with them? Just like in this video, the video we saw earlier, this is not a program where we're out to go build robots. We're out to go build kids that turn into adults that we're proud of. And this is like one of the things that I've been involved in that I'm most proud of in my life, and I really like to encourage you to go do it. This team here is set up to try to help you to make it easier for parents around the Bellevue area to go make their teams run well, so that it's not so scary and not so daunting, and that it can just be something that becomes a joy for you, your family, and the kids who are friends with your family. So with that, I'm going to turn this back over to the team and let them tell you about what they're going to do to make this program easier for you.
Thanks, Jeff. My name is Kitty Nakagawa. I am a first year on the robotics team, the Robototes, and I'm going to talk to you about how we are going to help you with your FLL experience. So let's do a quick recap of what do we know. Well, FLL is a way for you to connect with your kids in an inspiring, innovative, and fun way. And starting an FLL team is easy, and you don't even need to know a lot about robotics. But what if we told you it could be even easier? That's right, folks. That's where we come in. So the FLL Alliance Bellevue, our mission statement is to help aspiring FLL teams mentors and kids be successful and have fun together. We also want to be able to prepare students to be successful in FRC, the program we're a part of, and give them an environment where they can learn and grow as leaders. Some things to keep in mind though, we're not going to run your team for you. We're just going to help make it easier for you to do. All you got to do is find the kids. This is an amazing opportunity to spend time with kids in something that they like and have fun together. It'll really bring your family closer, and you'll be able to connect with kids and help them grow as leaders. We believe that you can help inspire our new generation that will help make the world a better place. So, what does our program offer? Well, as you probably found this presentation, we have a Facebook group where we will provide resources along with live trainings for mentors so that they can learn and apply to their own FLL teams. Some examples of the teachings that we will include are samples of programming code, lessons for the kids that will stick with them for life, registration walkthroughs. It can be a little iffy on this first website, but we'll help you get there and get it done super easy, and reminders for suggested deadlines so you guys can stay on track and be successful during your FLL season. Another major thing that we will be offering is table making, rental, and delivery service for the FLL tables that you saw in the videos that the robots were driving on. This will eliminate the struggle of making and keeping 4 by 8 feet table in your own home. Sometimes this can take up a lot of space where people may not have that all year round, but we're eliminating the struggle by renting them out to you and taking them back when you're not going to be using them. So you'll be able to live your life without an FLL table in your room constantly. So what are your next steps that you need to take if you are interested in our program? Well, to let us know if you're interested, please fill out the interest form, which will be in the chat, but also just go to www.fllabellevue.robototes.com, and we will have your contact information and we'll reach out to you when you need.